Yo, good morning everybody. This is Killer K-Rail. Well, for some of you it's probably early afternoon if you're on the East Coast, or if you're even farther across the seas over in England and that way. Anyway, as you can see, I'm solo today. Jill is out camping with her kids this weekend, but the show must go on. And my show started early this morning, not actually really early. I started about 13 hours into a fast, and I did about 45-minute sprint interval out on the streets. And I got to tell you, it was absolutely amazing. I haven't actually run outside in a while because my workout schedule's been a little sporadic, so I've been using this incline treadmill inside the dojo over there, which I call the garage podge. Anyway, I want to talk about learning from your mistakes, and I want to talk about ego. So I normally am a barefoot runner, but today I started my run workout at about 8:30, and I know from past experience, by making mistakes, that about 7:30, somewhere between 7:30 and 8 is my cutoff line. If I run anytime after that, definitely after 8, I've got to wear some kind of protective covering on my feet because, not because my feet aren't conditioned, but because the blacktop tends to get super hot here in Park City. Now remember, we're at 7,000 feet elevation. Sun beating down on blacktop equals hot blacktop. If you have any doggies out here in Park City, you know just as well as I do how hot it can be and how it can hurt their paws. And if you compare paws to skin and flesh, even though my feet are conditioned, like I was saying, it still gets really hot. There's a particular year back in 2012, I had to do an early event somewhere. It was a health and wellness workshop or some kind of seminar or something. I had to be there like 6 a.m. in the morning. It was like an hour away. So I left like a ridiculously early time frame, and I couldn't work out until I got home, which was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I made the mistake of doing a barefoot run when I got home, and I had blisters literally like this big on the bottom of my feet. There's like 3 of them in 3 spots on both feet. I could barely walk. It felt like I was walking on like little pillows or something like that. So I got a pin and I popped them and I squeezed them, and literally water shot like 10 feet across the room. It was absolutely hilarious. I should have taped it. Anyway, it wasn't hilarious for the next 5 days because my feet were killing me until those blisters dried up. Then they were cracking, and then they were dry, and then they were bleeding, and it was miserable. But guess what happened? I learned from that mistake. I learned big time. And this morning, although I was dying to run barefoot, literally barefoot, yes, bare as like a baby's bottom, for any of you that are wondering, I decided I'm going to drop the ego, and I'm going to grab my 1mm shoes, and I'm going to wear those. And you know what ended up happening? I had one of the best runs of my life, that's what. And instead of running for 30 minutes, which is what I was aiming for, I ran 45 minutes. I found a hill up the road from me, over by Sun Peak it's called, and I ran sprints on that hill. And then I came back, and then I crushed another hour worth of workout with the rest of my body. So here is what I'm trying to hammer home to you. We have a tendency to attach to negative patterns far too often, and we let those negative patterns take control of our life. And it's really easy to fall into those ruts and those grooves. But it's also equally as easy to get yourself out of those grooves by just simply stopping, doing a pregnancy pause, taking a couple deep breaths. Well, I got something on my screen that needs to go. And then thinking to yourself, what can I do that's going to make this situation better? And then you learn from your mistake in the past. Now, yes, I do believe that we should always live in the present moment, and we shouldn't base our whole entire life out of the past. But the past is okay to visit to fix things that could possibly cause you to go into threat in the present moment, such as my situation this morning. I could have just said, nope, run barefooted, and I could have been tiptoeing around out there, and I could have huge welts on the bottom of my feet right now if I let ego get in control. But I didn't. I swallowed my pride, I put on my shoes, I went for a run, I devastated it, I crushed it, and I feel amazing right now. Then I came in and I did about a 45-minute circuit after that with the rest of my body, which works properly, that is, not necessarily this side. But I'm now able to like hold objects and stuff. So I was doing a lot of things for the core on the Bosu and with medicine balls and stuff where I am able to hold things. So the bottom line, and what I want you to start thinking about is this. Look to the past, but don't dwell in the past. Look to the past for things that may help you, benefit you in the future, but aren't going to cause you to get sucked into the vortex of negativity. Always think in the present moment, always think forward, always think positive, okay? There's my Saturday morning message for y'all. Now go out there and make this a great weekend. Today's August 1st. The summer's flying by. It's going to be snowing halfway through next month already here in Park City, so I'm okay with the 90-degree heat. I say bring it on and let it happen for another month and a half. What are you guys doing this month to make your life better? What are you doing with your workouts? What are you doing with your diet? Are you starting a new fitness pattern? Are you going to start using kettlebells, which you never used before? Are you going to learn how to use eating clubs? I want to know. Tell me something good that's happening in your life right now that's going to project you forward in the right direction. Okay? I'm going to boogie because it's almost time to break my fast. This is Killer K-Rail. I'm reporting live from an undisclosed location somewhere in Park City. Till next time.